Thabo Bester, Dr Nandipha Magudumana and several other suspects charged with the 2022 Thabo Bester prison escape will return to court today. The case has failed to get to trial due to various delays. Bester has been constantly changing his legal representatives, while Dr Magudumana has been challenging her extradition in other courts. Now the accused are facing several charges, which include aiding and abetting an escapee, defeating the ends of justice, as well as murder. Ziniko Mhlaba joins us now from Bloemfontein this morning. Ziniko, perhaps we can discuss exactly where we are in this case and what today is meant to be about, because the word case management seems to come up when we talk about today's proceedings. Good morning.
A very good morning, Arabile. Yes, indeed, that's the key word, case management, because the court today, actually, even in the last appearance of these 8 accused, the court was dealing with issues of case management, but things were a bit different then, because it was only on the 19th of September when Thabo Bester, had announced in court that he was changing his legal representatives, something that the court was not aware of at that particular time. Therefore, he also brought in a new legal representative. And then when that new legal representative took to the stage, he then requested that he be given time to do 2 things. One, to get instructions from his new client, but also to familiarize himself with the cases and the matters at hand, specifically the charges Mr. Bester is facing alongside other accused. But another issue, Arabile, that was really a problem for the court, or that will prevent the matter from proceeding to the trial stage of these proceedings, is that matter of Dr Nandipha Magudumana. You remember that, Dr Magudumana at some point, approached the Supreme Court of Appeal here in Bloemfontein, where he was asking that court to set aside the manner in which she was brought back to South Africa through extradition. She's saying that, well, she was not legally, she was not brought back to South Africa legally. Therefore, she's currently seeking the Constitutional Court to set, her extradition aside. That will then, Arabile, mean that, this High Court here in the Free State will not have jurisdiction, or will not have, in simpler terms, will not have powers to really prosecute her for the charges that she is facing. So those are the key delays, or these are the key events or processes that are delaying the matter from proceeding to the trial phase. So today, we're expecting all the accused to really give or update the court in terms of where those proceedings are. Firstly, has the Constitutional Court pronounced on the application that was made by Dr Magudumane, or even has that court even had or given itself time to hear her point in a full in court proceedings or not? And therefore, if the answer is no to that question, definitely the matter will not get into the trial phase. But also, it will be up to Mr. Bester's legal representative, Mr. Afrika, to really say, well, I've studied the docket, I've studied the charges, and I have clear instruction from Mr. Bester. Therefore, I am ready to proceed. So those are the things that we are going to expect, to unfold in court today. But, I must say that in the last hearing, the presiding officers were very, very frustrated, saying that, this matter is 2.5 years, in this particular court. Therefore, it needs to get into trial so that, the court can move on to other matters. But obviously, we know that historically, there have been other, pre-hearing things that have been taking place. We remember that at some point, Thabo Bester had, applied, saying that he's seeking, to have access to study materials such as the laptop, but also Dr Magudumane also making her own legal representations and court process and hearing the very same court. So all those things have led to this delay. But another important thing, the issue of Dr Magudumane's father, Mr. Segelin, who at some point, had no legal representatives. He had applied to be represented by the legal aid. He was declined. Therefore, he's also in limbo in terms of who will be representing him, in the next phase of these proceedings. So those are the things that have led to this delay. So we're expecting the court to iron out those issues, and then we'll get an understanding whether then the case will be ready for trial, or if these matters will force this matter to get into trial in 2026.
Yeah, an important aspect there, and the court's own plea, of course, for the time that has been spent so far on this case. Ziniko, thank you so much for bringing that to us. We'll get more clarity on this case as the day progresses.